Hello, my name is Ray Salazar, and this is Morning Reel, a film podcast where I review films, whether they suck, whether they're great, whether they're confusing as fuck, whether they're mysterious, like this next film, Child 44. It's a 2015 mystery thriller directed by Daniel Espinosa, written by Richard Price, and it's based on the book called Child 44, written by Tom Rob Smith. Came out in 2008. This is quite a cast, man. And this film, I saw it on HBO Max. This was kind of a surprise as far as watching it, but fuck it. I like Tom Hardy. I love Noomi Rapace. And you can never go wrong with Gary Oldman playing a fucking Russian. What a shame. What a shame, but you can't win them all. Oddly enough, this film is produced by Ridley Scott, Michael Schaefer, and Greg Shapiro. Cinematography from Oliver Wood, edited by two people, Pietro Scalia and Dylan Tichenor. I like the premise of this film, you know. This guy got picked up by Russian agents, fought the war, became a hero, and is now an agent for the MGB, which later down the line will be called the KGB. But that's another podcast to talk about shit like that. It's about this agent. He gets a call about this kid being drowned in water when there's no source of water, maybe like a couple of miles from the site of the murder. So he's tripping. He's like, what the fuck? Like, how this kid drown, dude? There's no water. But there's a twist to all this shit. There's a lot to go into as far as the murder is concerned within the film. Now, I can see why this was a box office bomb. I did not like the fact that there was a lot of Russian accents in this film. You know what I'm saying? If it's a film depicting a lot of, Russian people and all, it should be spoken in Russian. There should be no need as to why these actors should speak their lines in Russian English or Russian accented English. It kind of kills the authenticity of the film and of the actors. And that's the strength, basically, the actors, because it's based on the writing. Actors did their best, man, as far as like their drive, their motivation, and all that stuff. But it's just those fucking accents, man. I'm not saying they're bad accents. I mean, I wouldn't know a bad accent from a good one, especially a Russian accent. This film could have been very superior. Well, actually, it wouldn't have saved itself, but it would have been a little bit more leg up if there was actual Russian speaking. Now, this film, as far as how it's written, it's fairly confusing because it feels like you're watching two movies in one. One, you're trying to figure out this murder, and another thing, you're trying to figure out the dynamic between Noomi Rapace's character and Tom Hardy's character, and then like the corruption with MGB. I can see where they were trying to go with this, how your own government can fuck you over even if you're on the top of the food chain. There's always some guy who's trying to slime his way through, and he's gonna do it. Anyways, just to make this very short, because there's not really much to say about this film besides the fact that it's a box office bomb. It could have done better with a much more clearer plot, especially depicting corruption. I mean, but I feel like you will have to really pay attention to this film in order to understand it. And this is the type of film where not a lot of people are going to want to pay too closely attention to it. They kind of want to be spoon fed. And I understand that. This is a film that should have been quote unquote spoon fed as far as how the information is being released, especially with how the actors are doing their roles based on that. So overall, I would give this film 2.5 stars. I wouldn't say it's a terrible film. There's promise to it. There's hope. There's a message to it. There's like a subtext to it. It's beyond what it is. It does deal with children. It's based on on facts. It's loosely based on a serial killer who basically kidnaps children and kills them. It's pretty bad. And if you're calling an accident, people are gonna be fucking pissed, especially if your own government won't fucking help you out and you're on the top of the food chain. It's fucked up. But justice gets served. But this film in particular did not serve very well. Oh well. I'm Ray Salazar. You can follow me, Morning Shot Films, on IG and YouTube. Rate and review this podcast, this episode. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, YouTube, iHeartMedia or iHeartRadio as they call it. And basically wherever you hear your typical podcasts and shit. I'm thinking about putting it on Amazon. I'm not too sure. I don't really want it to get this all over the place. Just where people typically listen to podcasts in general. So, thank you, and on to the next one.